Ed here from Precision Gun Reviews, and we are taking a look at my M&P Compact in a Remora holster. But why? You've already seen a review for the M&P Compact, and you've already seen a review for Remora holsters. So what exactly are we looking at here? Well, you may have noticed in that Remora holster review that this Smith Wesson M&P Compact has a different trigger than you may be used to. What we are looking at is the Polymer version of the Apex Tactical Action Enhancement Kit trigger for the Smith Wesson M&P line. I chose to install this replacement trigger mostly to see whether I would like it more than the original M&P hinged trigger. Now, I did not have the hatred for that hinged trigger as most people did. As a matter of fact, I liked the flat trigger face on it, although I can't say that it's ideal to have a trigger that is broken in two. So, here was the solution. I think this is an excellent modification to make to the Smith & Wesson M&P line for $40. Now, it may be a little bit more work to install than you might be used to, as it does involve detail stripping the weapon, punching out these roll pins in the frame, and doing a lot of detailed disassembly and reassembly. But if you do hate the M&P trigger, and if you love some other striker fired triggers, you might find something that you absolutely adore here, especially if you think that the M&P is your perfect gun in all other ways. Now let's take a look. So, what it does is it reduces the pre-travel, which is this much, a vast improvement over the springiness of the lower half of the old trigger, followed by a little bit of take-up. Now you just have this tiny little bit here, and then a clean break, and only slight over travel there. Let's see if we can take a look at that again. The break is right here, so let's pay attention to where that is, and then it ends up only a hair past where it breaks. And then of course everyone is always concerned about the reset, and it's right there. It still is not a single perfect Audible and Tactile reset, but if you're not going in slow motion, you definitely can feel it and hear it. And if you learn that, you can ride that reset just as well as anything else. So that's the Apex Tactical Polymer AEK. It is a great improvement for the Smith & Wesson M&P line, and I like the Polymer one because it does have a little bit of a rounding to the edges here, so it's a little bit more forgiving on your trigger press, and it looks just like the rest of the gun. It looks like it came this way, which I know doesn't necessarily matter, but it's nice. I would wholeheartedly recommend doing this change, and if you're not comfortable with doing the work yourself, you could always take it down to a gunsmith and they'll probably do it for you for not a whole lot of money. So yeah, Polymer AEK from Apex Tactical, excellent addition to the Smith & Wesson M&P.